Hello, let's take this time and discuss about graphing. In physics, graph is very important, but usually the aspect of physics that give people headache is simple to plot, but you need to pay attention very closely. Today, I will be talking mainly about the theoretical aspect of it, the steps involved in plotting a graph. Then in my subsequent video, I will be dropping the practical aspect of plotting a graph. Now, what is a graph? A graph is a diagram that shows the relationship between two variable quantities. When you carry out an experiment, the result is usually somehow complex to interpret, but when you put it in drawing in the form of graph, it is easier to understand. So graph is very important. In every experiment in physics, you are expected to plot one graph or the other. So it's good to know the things that are involved. Now we have different kinds of graph. We have a straight line graph. We have a quadratic curve. These are the basic ones that are seen more often. So we are going to look at steps in plotting graphs. But first of all, let's try to look at the essential steps in plotting a straight line graph, because that is the one we'll be dealing with right now. Then in subsequent times, we will go to quadratic curve and all of that. Now, when you carry out an experiment, it's expected that you should tabulate your findings or your results. Now, after tabulating the results, you are expected to plot a graph using the table, which I will be showing you all of those things in my subsequent video, so don't worry. Just stay tuned, follow, share and like the video. Now, the basic steps in plotting a graph is 1. When you are given a table of values to plot a graph, you first of all mark the margins or draw the axes. We have for two-dimensional graph, for a coordinate system kind of graph, we have two axes. We have the vertical and the horizontal axis. So the first point is for you to mark the axis. You carry your pencil, find a margin line and a border line and draw a straight line on it from the top of the graph sheet to the bottom. That line indicates a vertical axis, and then you draw one from the other end to the other end, which represents the horizontal axis. That is the first step. The second step, you need to indicate the origin of your graph. Where the vertical line and the horizontal line meet, you indicate the origin. The origin simply means the starting point. So before something starts, it's usually 0. So you indicate 0 there, 0, 0, meaning at that point where the two lines meet, the vertical line is 0 and the horizontal line is 0. Before we go further to the step, let me bring something that will help you understand the idea of how graph works. If you recall, you might have been taught about number lines. A line will be drawn in the middle. They will indicate 0 there. From 0 to the right hand side, all the numbers will be positive, and from 0 to the left hand side, all the numbers will be negative. That is the background of a graph. If you have that idea in mind, you won't have any issue understanding that. Now, The third step, you have to name the axis. You name the axis. You are carrying out an experiment that demands you to plot a graph of velocity against time. So velocity, the vertical axis, you indicate velocity there with each unit, and then on the horizontal axis you indicate time there with each axis. That is just what I mean by naming the axis. After that, the next step, you choose a suitable scale. You choose a suitable scale. A scale indicates the interval to which you are sharing. It indicates the ratio to which the marks are distributed on the graph. So you choose a suitable scale, a scale that suits the values you have on the table of values. The scale may differ depending on the values you have on the table. So after choosing the suitable scale, you represent the scale on the graph. When you represent the scale on the graph you are plotting, then you go ahead and plot your graph. These things are very simple. After plotting the graph, you are always expected to determine the slope and then sometimes the intercept and all of that. We'll be doing that practically in my next video. So just stay tuned, like, share and comment about this video. And in any case, if you have any issue or maybe misunderstanding about my content or anything that has to do with physics, you just need to comment it, put it in the comment section so that I will help you out. Thank you.